Top of the hour, beautiful people, wherever it is you are tuning in from. We're sending our love from Notre TV. You're welcome to the Lifestyle Show. We bring you won't get discussion every week, so don't always forget to follow us on YouTube. Follow the New What channel on YouTube if you haven't. Subscribe to our channel and like, so that you get to turn on your notification bell as well, so you get to, get the latest updates. You all are welcome to the Lifestyle Show. So we are going to actually be talking about something that has been underrated in our society today. We'll be looking at, in relationship, who is most abused, the male or the female, and why. So you guys shouldn't forget, I'm EJ and I'm your host for the show. Meanwhile, at the studio today with me, I have two very special guests, and they're actually very important people. So I'll start with the ladies because, of course, you guys know ladies first. So I have with me here Pearl.
Pierre Pearl.
Pierre Pearl. I told you I was having she's pronouncing her name. We have Pierre Pearl with me.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
How are you excited to be here with us?
Yeah, I'm okay.
It's so nice to have you. And then we have Mr. Frank Anelson. Did I pronounce it well?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Mr. Frank Anelson is a lecturer in AIEC, at IAEC University. I'm so sorry about that. So he's also a psychologist. I always want to add that to it. So you both are welcome.
Thank you.
So yeah, we'll be looking, first of all, we want to define what abusive relationship is. So what Pearl, right?
Pierre Pearl.
Pearl.
Yeah.
I'll start with that.
Yeah.
Okay, so P, I
Fine.
would start with you. What is an abusive relationship, or what's your understanding of abusive relationship?
To me, my understanding of an abusive relationship is any situation in which you're mistreated or disrespected. I feel like that's abusive relationship.
That's abusive
Yeah.
relationship. So how about you?
Okay. Abusive relationship happens to be an assaultive behavior that includes physical abuse,
Okay.
the psychological, it could be threat,
Okay.
intimidation, and so on and so forth. That a particular individual in a relationship is using to either maintain power against whoever he is in an intimate relationship with.
All right then. Okay, so you both would agree with me that there's been this discrimination against men. Okay, so having that in mind, do you think that currently women are using the fact of the discrimination? Okay, that's the discrimination against men. Do you think that they use it as a license to level allegations on men? Like, allegations of assault. Do you think that women now sort of leverage on this to level false allegations on men?
I can only state with the facts, which is true. A lot of women have been using the fact that there's a lot of people, more women standing up against violence to use it against men. But at the same time, we are not in a relationship to know what has transpired before that.
Okay.
Because there's such things like love bombing that goes on when it comes to the men in a relationship, which ends up putting the female in a situation where sometimes she's gaslit in the relationship as well. So that can cause her some mental issues within the relationship, which can cause her to become somebody that she's not, which will cause her to make false allegation against the men. So I feel like if we don't really see the entire relationship, we can't really define whether they're just getting up and using it. There might be some mental aspect to it during that relationship as well.
Okay, so
Okay, in a relationship, actually, I believe that women, one of the tactics for abuse in a relationship happens to be what we call manipulation.
all right.
Women are, they have PhDs right from birth in terms of manipulation. They actually know how to do this very well. So they actually use this.
Okay.
The fact is that everybody is being abused in a relationship, but the world record has it that women are more physically abused.
Yes.
So when you look at this physically abuse, it's as if they now leverage on this, and okay, you know religiously we were taught, even the Christians, don't beat your wife.
Yes.
Or don't beat your spouse, as the case may be. If maybe it could be cohabitation. Now the Islamic religion advises same. The court, which happens to be the law of man, encourages this also. By the women, if you're a man, beat me. So there, you might not even do the beating, but actually she wants it.
She would instigate.
So by actually putting in maybe one or two, before you know it, the whole story is,
wait, so you
physically abused me, and that's it.
So you're saying, what he's saying is some women instigate, like some women love to be beaten? Is that what you're saying?
That is a different case entirely, but yes, some women love to be, yes. Yes.
Okay. Well, first you mentioned manipulation. Let's start with the manipulation part that you mentioned. Okay. You have to understand that part, first of all, is men that taught us how to manipulate, because you're the one that courts the woman. So beginning from the start of the relationship, you're the one manipulating her into whether the end goal for you is to marry her or to have sex with her. So in both cases, you're manipulating her from the beginning. So I feel like she's only following your footsteps during the relationship if she's also manipulating you. Now, talking about instigating, I think is like saying that beating your kids at all time, at any times when they're shouting and screaming. I'm not a believer in beating kids. I've never been beaten as a kid by my father. It's a thing. But his punishment or his rules made me who I am today, and I respect people very well without being beaten. So I think that it's very unfair for you to say that a woman, by her saying, oh, beat me, you should beat her. That's not. You have to be secure enough. You have to be men enough. Talking about being men enough is having control. Have control. If you don't have that control, sorry, don't blame.
Okay, let me say something.
Okay.
You know that women actually, in the society, you might go to the market. I don't know if you've seen something like this. In a market or in a public place whereby a lady is exchanging words with a man. And maybe the man decided to keep quiet. And when the man decides to engage, you see people coming out to tell him, oh, please, you're a man. You don't have to start exchanging words with a woman. What's the meaning of that? And remember, the woman is actually there saying, you stupid man, you this, you that. And trying to be mature, trying to be in control. He never spoke his part.
Okay.
Because if he tries to engage, they will just tell him, you're a man. How can you be exchanging words with a woman who is not even in control of her emotions and all that? And the man decides to keep quiet. Please, if that is not an abuse, what is it?
That's the choice that has been made, because we're in a patriarchal society. So it's the men that are in power. So, of course, when they see somebody that looks like they're less in power, they're going to go and help the person that seems like it, because that's the society that
is what we are saying, that the women actually manipulate.
Okay, hold up. Okay, guys, wait, hold up. I want to ask this question. You're talking about manipulation, right?
Yeah.
So I want to understand. So the question is to you. What excuse can you give to justify a man hitting a woman?
Actually, there is none.
There is none?
Yes.
Okay.
There was a case of a young man who actually beat up the girlfriend, and I was like, wow, what's wrong with this guy? Young men of these days, why most of them are not trained? What is all this? Because actually, at some point, I think that women are trained to be wives, are trained to be these people, as in to complement men.
Yes.
But the society didn't give space for men to be trained to become good husbands. They only asked them to just go there and make money and and take care of your family.
Okay.
So the part of taking care of the family, they figure it out themselves, and you don't expect them not to make mistakes. And there are people with a lot of mental issues. Some people are not stable enough.
Okay.
So you don't expect everybody to be top notch in terms of control.
Okay.
You understand that? So the truth is that the women are taught this, they understand this. So, but at some point, these people, maybe the person you are dealing with, you should understand his temperament, knowing fully well that there are lines you don't cross. If he's not good enough for you, please don't go in, or you just have to get out. So when some of these men that are out there, there is nothing that can justify beating, as far as I'm concerned.
All right.
This physical abuse, there is nothing. But then there is this lady who happens to be in a relationship with a man, only to go in there, and one day he called the guy on the phone that the person he's expecting is at home looking for him. The guy was in the market during business hours, only for the guy to come back, and it was actually false. That she just wanted to see him.
Oh, wow.
That she wanted him to bring the phone, that she suspects that the guy is doing something else. Now the guy said, please, I need to go back to the market. The lady refused, so unless you leave your phone behind.
Okay.
Now she collected the phone. The guy left the phone and went back to the market, only for her to open the phone, start scrolling, looking for female numbers and all that, and start calling them and say, hey, you are the reason why my relationship is not, and all that. Only for the guy to come back, and the business partners are calling, why would you leave your phone to a girlfriend?
Okay.
And at some point, this guy was forced to hit the lady, because the guy came back and he heard the guy who are these ladies.
Yeah.
And at some point, the guy was forced to hit her. So, men looking at it, at some point, I don't know if I should say, the guy, you're right. I know it's not right. Two wrongs cannot make a right. But then, some people are pushed beyond the borderline due to the kind of people they are in a relationship with.
I don't believe that. I really don't think that you should be put in a position where you're with somebody that can push you outside yourself. And for that, the story that you said, definitely he picked a woman because of that trait that you have. Some men go after jealous women on purpose because they like it. They don't like women that are not jealous. They don't like women that are too quiet. They don't like women that are too calm. So if he went after a woman that is over jealous, it's his responsibility to know, okay, I have this level. Don't go outside yourself. Don't go outside yourself. Don't be with somebody that'll make you go outside yourself.
There is a case whereby the lady is actually in an abusive relationship. And every day she wakes up in the morning with either a black eye or whatever. And one day I asked her, what is it? Why is it that you cannot leave this guy? Do you know what she said? She said that it's actually when she's in pain, in physical pain, that she enjoys the sex.
Oh, wow. That's
The people
being
out there, I'm trying to paint the picture of the guys liking these ladies. What about the ladies that actually love this beating?
That like
and
violence.
each and every one of us.
That's a whole different
Wait, let me
type
tell you.
of.
Actually, these ladies, we out there are actually saying these guys are something else. These guys are out of line, and they're actually pushing these guys to actually hit them so hard that they
The same way. What you're talking
pain.
about right now, it's something else. It's BDSM.
Okay.
And there's men that also enjoy those type of activities.
Thank you. But at the end of the day, we actually we say that men are actually abusing women the more.
It still doesn't excuse you to go outside
there are
yourself.
some people that enjoys this thing.
Yeah. But it doesn't excuse the fact that you can go outside yourself to the point of killing people.
But then statistics has it that men abuse more women, which is true, physically.
Yes.
Now, we didn't consider the fact that there are some women that actually love this.
Okay, sir.
And these women are included in these statistics.
Okay. Okay, guys, you guys should hold on a bit. Pearl, regarding what he's saying, it's quite sensitive. Now, I want to bring you a bit close to this. Do you think that verbal abuse okay, from women, verbal abuse from women should equate men hitting women. You know that there's this thing that they say that women, or we women, okay, or ladies, whichever one you want to call it, we are not masculine in nature. We don't have that strength. But where our power is in the mouth. And so many ladies they've brought men down, literally, psychologically and otherwise. In fact, a lot of guys today go about believing the fact that they are nothing as a result of, their past brutal relationships, verbal brutality, that's what I mean. Because, she can't hit him, so the only way she can bring him down is through words. So do you think we can equate this? Now, we are hearing that there's a large number of domestic violences with women. Okay, men have abused women, and like he said, statistics is taking it high that women are more abused and all of those things. But if we're looking at verbal abuse, let's bring it to the picture. Can we equate it to? Can we equate them both and say, okay, it's a license for a man to hit a woman?
Absolutely not, because as I've always told myself, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, first of all.
Oh, wow.
And also, if we're going to take it like that, what about our parents? Some of our parents, African parents that we grew up with, we all know here that their words are like sharp knife. Literally, it can literally punch you, like it hurts, and you grow up with trauma, but it would not, like, it doesn't take life away from you. But to the point where you're taking somebody's life, you can't equate taking somebody's life to something you can work on and heal.
Okay, let me tell you something. There is, you underestimate the power of words, actually. Somebody was actually saying something. She said that men should stop idolizing women with the women with big cleavage.
Yeah,
as in
with big.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. That it's actually the reason why women are destroying themselves. They are going under the knife for surgery and all that. And someone replied. He said, women should stop idolizing guys with money, because it's actually the reason why most men are going into rituals for money in order to impress the women. So the fact is, words actually permeate humans, and at the end of the day, you don't even understand the level of what you are capable of doing. What am I trying to say? There are cases whereby I think Timaya posted something. He said, if as a guy, if you've not made money, you are not supposed to have a woman. And I know a lot of ladies that screenshotted this thing and posted. For God's sake, Timaya is just a guy with four babies from 3 different mamas.
Okay.
I get that.
Now he's seeing women as objects, as people, as more like a vehicle through which he can bring his seed into this planet Earth.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they are nothing but just mere vehicles, or should I say? And now the women are saying this because I ask one: are you a product to be bought or a soul to be loved?
Oh, wow.
But what? Yes. They don't understand. See, actually, most of these guys that you just said this thing, they will go back home and see themselves that they are not equal to the tax.
What you say actually gets back.
Now, yes, it gets back. Now, these ladies are reposting these things. Even some of them that have, girlfriends, they start looking at themselves that they failed. Do you know that we have a lot of people in prisons just because they want to meet up with the standard of a girlfriend?
Oh.
That's one. We have a lot of junkies out there. Why? Because they try to struggle through realities in order to provide these things, and when they couldn't, they try to escape reality. They take a lot of things, and at the end of the day, they become misfit in the society. We do know that 95% of what men are going out there to struggle to make is just for their women.
I get that,
And
but
when
you're
these women
also
come out to say a whole lot of things, don't you know that this is an abuse?
You're also proving my point. That
Which
means, which is, you guys need to learn how to control what you see, what you watch, whose music you're listening to.
Does that have an impact?
Yes, it does have an impact.
An idea is more like a virus. When it permeates your soul, it will just eat you up until you have no idea
should
of
still
what
be
else to
able.
do,
You should
except
still be
to
able.
do what grant the request of this idea.
I do not agree. You should still be able to control yourself, because let's say, for example, I'll take myself as an example because it's the easiest way. For example, most of girls my age right now take the easy way to get money. I can easily say, oh, I'm seeing this girl, she's my age, she's flying private jet, she's going to different countries, so let me join her, let me get myself a sugar daddy, let me do this, do that. But I'm not doing it. You should be able to control yourself and also control what you're taking in. If you're listening to Chimaya, I feel like you are to blame to listen to what he's saying.
Oh, wow. Okay. How do you mean?
If he's listening to Chimaya, and Chimaya idea is, oh, you have to have money, so woman, if you don't have money, you can't get a woman. Then to yourself, if you don't have money, you can't get a woman.
Sir, being, wow, this is, guys, you people are hearing, you are hearing Matavi. It's, I don't know what to say at this point, but I have a bit of confusion. Do you think that, I think I should face you on that. Aggression.
Okay.
Like when a man is aggressive, does it make him powerful? Like, do you people feel that being aggressive, towards a woman shows how powerful you are in a relationship?
No. The truth is, men are naturally aggressive. This is should I say that I've actually wanted to go for a program, and we were about 6 to 7 guys, and the coordinator came and said, no, you people must go with a lady.
Okay.
And we're like, we don't actually need a lady that she's going to slow us down. She said, no. There are some certain things that will need a feminine touch. So men, not as if they are aggressive to women, they are naturally aggressive. They understand this life in a different way. The adrenaline, the hormonal pump between men and women are not the same. The approach to life is not same. You understand?
Yes.
So not as if the aggression makes them powerful. Look at every man. Whenever the right woman comes into his life, you will notice that he's so much a baby, irrespective of how aggressive he might be on the outside.
I think there's a confusion here with aggression and assertion.
Okay.
That's completely different. Being aggressive is you're fitting the narrative that men are dogs, and I don't agree into the narrative that men are dogs, because I grew up in a single father home, and my dad is not aggressive whatsoever. He is assertive, but he's not aggressive. So I don't believe men are brought up to be aggressive. Like, for example, verbal aggression that women have to go through every day in the street is not normal. It's not taught to everybody. So I don't think there's a line there between aggression and assertion.
The assertion.
Okay.
Yeah, but actually the
Men
are
right brought to be assertive.
Yes, but the word aggression there, it's more like we look at it from the point of how they tend to engage into things. They are willing to take some certain decision drastically and radically. That's
assertive.
Yes,
because when you go into aggression, you're making it a bit violent. It's a bit violent.
That's what I'm saying.
It's assertive.
Yes, it's
men are not brought up
not
to be
actually aggression. At some point, when you look at the aggression for what it is, it takes away the mental stability away from the person.
All right then. So finally, we're about rounding up. So how do you people think we could curb this relationship abuse, domestic violences, all forms of abuse? Like, let's start with you, Pero. What form of measures do you think can be taken to curb this? Okay.
I think the best form of measure is both on the men and the female side. Okay. Nobody should be put down for speaking out about a toxic relationship that they're in.
Okay.
So men should not also be like, when you're with your friend, you shouldn't be like, oh, how can you let her do this to you? Like, you shouldn't. You should actually be there, listen to your friend, tell him it's okay so he can know to leave the relationship. And it's the same thing for women. I feel like women are much more able to do that with their friends. Okay. So I feel like both parties should be able to do that with themselves.
All right, so how about you?
I think that in a relationship, the most important thing is understanding where this thing is actually emanating from.
Okay.
Which is the society played a lot of role in what we call the gender role. Mm-hmm. They placed men whereby they should I say the men are actually how do I put this now to make it balanced?
They are more superior.
Yes, they placed men in a more superior role, and the women are actually merged in whatever the men are actually giving to them.
Okay.
So now, at some point, the women decided to speak out, to have a voice. Now, the fact is, when they decided to have this voice, it's not a bad thing.
Right.
But the fact is that I think they are going about it the wrong way. When we look at abuse, abuse have to do with both physical, psychological, intimidation, manipulation, and so on and so forth. But then, when you look at it, women are mostly abused physically, emotionally, psychologically, and economically. Men are more abused, and it's actually the society that actually made this. Because it's the society that told men you have to provide for the women. Now you see some ladies coming out to put up posts like, if your guy is not paying the bill, you are single.
Yes.
So you understand. And let me tell you, there are tactics in abuse. One of them is economic coercion. Whereby the responsibility is shifted to one person. So it was the society that created it. So when you look at some of those things, you know that the society placed them there, and the women, most of them, leverage on it. So the idea is, if these women actually want this gender equality, let them come in, let them take the responsibility. And
all right, people, you guys have heard it. It's a wrap up. We have come to the end of today's show. People, you guys have heard it. There's no justification for abuse whatsoever. So for the ladies, please learn to manage your words. Learn to know what to say, know when to say it, know who to say it to. Understand your man. And while understanding him, you'll be able to learn him as well and manage what you say to him. Okay? And for the men, aggression or being aggressive does not show how powerful you are. So please and please, if you're the man that hits your lady or abuse your lady, please stop it. And if you're the woman that abuse your man using verbal languages, please stop it. And until we come your way next time, please endeavor to follow us on YouTube if you haven't. Like and subscribe to our channel to get our latest post. Until we come your way next week, I still remain your girl and host for the show, EJ. Bye-bye.